Hello. This is a new book. Not new in terms of being new, but new to me. It's by David Elkind, or Elkind? Elkind. It's called Parenting on the Go. I'm going to read the first chapter. It's got good reviews. He is a psychologist with very good reviews. Parenting on the Go, Birth to 6, A to Z, David Elkind. To my 3 sons, Paul, Rob, and Rick, who gave me my first lessons in parenting on the go. Oh, wow. Introduction. I believe that in contemporary American society, we have a time famine. This is particularly true for single or 2-parent working families with young children. Finding hours to sleep, shop, housekeep, and do home maintenance, prepare meals, do laundry, never mind have a personal life, and still have time for eating, reading, and playing with one's children becomes a monster task of scheduling. The time famine is aided and abetted by a generation gap produced by the phenomenal rate of technological change. Even a century ago, parents could pretty much rear their children as they'd been reared. That is no longer true. Many contemporary parents did not themselves grow up with the internet, texting, touchscreen technology, and tablets. To address these issues, several years ago, Mark Hamilton and Michelle Hamilton created Just Ask Baby, a series of short online videos in which an infant, Joey, talks to his parents about the social, emotional, and intellectual development problems he is experiencing in the first year of life. He suggests the 2 actor parents who are also in the video how best to handle them. I wrote the scripts for the series and also 2 500-word weekly blogs which subscribers to Just Ask Baby got as a bonus. I did this for 2 years. The blogs covered a wide range of issues pertinent to the rearing of young children. For a variety of reasons, Just Ask Baby did not catch on and was discontinued. It seemed to me, however, that another way to approach the time famine for the parents of young children was to put the blogs together as a handy reference guide that they could turn to for quick answers to immediately pressing problems. Today's parents don't often have time to consult parenting books, but they could use a short to the point discussion of the challenges they meet daily. It was with this goal in mind that I put together Parenting on the Go, Ages Birth to 6, A to Z. I feel comfortable in offering this guide because I have worked as a child clinical psychologist in departments of psychiatry in the public schools, as head of Child Study Center, as a consultant to child guidance clinics, and as a psychologist in juvenile courts. I have also had a small private practice. At the same time, I have conducted research and taught as a professor of child development at several major universities, 30 years at Tufts, and as an author/lecturer speaking to parents and teachers in the United States and abroad. Together, these experiences have taught me that parents are in much more need of guidance than they were in the past. Yet they have less time and less practical experience because they come from smaller families than earlier generations did. That is why I believe a brief, authoritative guide to the multitude of early childhood issues is appropriate for information-age parents. Because the book will be an ebook as well as a print book, parents can refer to it on their handheld devices. This makes the guide accessible when they're away from home. A word about organization. I have tried to label the topics in the way that I think most parents would look for them. For example, I titled a piece Special Needs Children rather than Children with Special Needs, and Autism Spectrum Disorders rather than Children with Autism. But I may not always have judged it right, so if you don't find what you're looking for, try some other related words. All right, so I'm gonna read this one about acid reflux. It's in alphabetical order, obviously, A to Z. At a book signing recently, a mother asked me to sign a book for her friend who couldn't come herself. The mother explained that her friend's baby had acid reflux and had to be constantly attended to. Inasmuch as it is common affliction, it seemed reasonable to write about GERD, GERD, or gastroesophageal reflux disorder. Occurs in about 50% of infants. It occurs in children and adults as well, but varies in severity. Basically, what happens is that the stomach contents move back up the tube, the esophagus, that connects the stomach with the mouth. This happens when a ring at the bottom of the esophagus, which allows food and drink to enter the stomach, closes prematurely. In many infants, this happens because this ring is not fully developed. The food may come back up when the infant is burped, but sometimes it happens by itself and is evidenced by spitting, repeated vomiting, coughing, and poor feeding. Sometimes the reflex results in projectile vomiting. In the vast majority of children, the problem disappears when the muscles are more fully developed. If you suspect that your infant has GERD, it is best to check with your pediatrician and learn from him or her what might be the cause and which course of treatment to follow. He or she may recommend a number of possible causes and remedies for an infant who is suffering from severe GERD. It has been found, for example, that babies with acid reflux have fewer and less severe symptoms when they are breastfed than when they are fed on formula. Human milk is digested more easily and is emptied from the stomach twice as quickly. When the stomach is emptied quickly, acid reflux is less likely. Human milk may also be less irritating to the esophagus. If breastfeeding is not possible for one reason or another, your pediatrician may suggest alternatives. If the child has a protein milk allergy, eliminating cow's milk from the diet will often solve the problem. In a mere 24 hours, switching to Enfamil or Similac may also solve the problem for these infants. For infants with protein intolerance, a switch to a formula using Neocate or Elecare may help reduce or eliminate the symptoms. Some pediatricians suggest thickening the formula with a tablespoon of rice, which can also decrease vomiting. If you do this, enlarge the hole in the nipple of the baby's bottle to make it work. Another strategy to hold your infant's head on your shoulder for 20 to 30 minutes after feeding. This helps to ensure that the food goes down and that the ring does not close prematurely. For infants with uncomplicated acid reflux, most symptoms are resolved by the end of the first year and usually earlier. Acid reflux.